hard-fought game. We knew it would be. And I'm sure a Vegas-Indiana game brought back a lot of memories for a lot of people. And it was really, in the scheme of history, it was an honor to play the Runner Rebels. It really was, because I've got great respect for their coach, tremendous respect for him. And don't know him great, but I was following him as an assistant with what he was doing at BYU with Dave Rose before he became the head coach at Vegas. And I would say that I'm not alone. You know, I like to be in the fan club, but I'm not a single member when it comes to the coaching fraternity. People have a tremendous level of respect for Dave and what he's doing. And that game shows in a lot of ways what they're capable of, because they were right there on Monday night, and then they got the second half going, and they really moved the ball, and they're getting better. And when you look at some of their percentages from even some of the guys that have transferred in, that year off has made them a lot better. And we knew we were going to be in a battle. And what we've got to learn in this young season, we had it happen here, we had it happen in the weight game, and we did a pretty decent job with it yesterday. But momentum is always up for grabs, all right? And that means when you get it, you got to hold it. And when you don't have it, you got to find something to get it back. And we had a couple moments today where we did get it back. But we also had some moments when the game was up for grabs, and we didn't do a great job. We got ourselves in a hole at the beginning with our turnovers. And you're not going to beat any type of team, let alone one as talented as UNLV, when you're giving them 22 points. It's unacceptable with the guys that have the ball in their hands for us to be given the ball that way. And we've got to get that fixed. We really do. We've got to fix the lineup. And we're a growing team right now in a lot of ways. And the most important thing that we can grow into is understanding where our responsibilities lie as individuals in improvement, and as a team for how we can be collectively better. And it's a great tournament to learn about that in. A great tournament. And no question, disappointed with a loss today. But we've got to turn this into some positives, and that's all going to come down to how people view where their improvement level is. Because I'll be very clear on where our improvement level has got to be. But you've got to have enough players that understand that they have to take a real stake in that to make themselves better. So, go ahead.
We'll take questions for James and Nick. Please raise your hand. We'll bring you a mic. Jeff, we'll start with you.
James, I guess we'll start with you. How do you rate your performance overall as a team going 1 and 2 in this event?
There's just things that we need to improve on. That's how I look at it. Like Coach said, we're going to go look at the film. And guys like us, we just want to get better from it. So I just feel like we could have done a lot better to change the outcome of how the game went.
Second row.
Nick, talk a little bit about, obviously you were really hot with shooting the three-pointer. What were you trying to get at the end? I know the shot was blocked, but was that the shot you were looking for?
Yeah, that was, for a set that we have, there's several different options on that play, and they just came to me, and wish I might have shot fake or something better, but that play's over. And there's other plays in the game that we have to worry about.
We would change that play. We would change that play, actually. I mean, they made an athletic play, but he did a good job taking the shot. I know it wasn't my turn, but I want to clarify that.
Other questions? Third row, left side.
James, defensively, what did UNLV do early to turn you guys over?
Really, it was just us. I feel like they didn't do too much of anything. I feel like it was us that made turnovers that we could have prevented. But their pressure is good. We knew that they would come up and pressure us, and there was going to be a dogfight from the beginning. So I feel like we should have just prevented that more.
Jeff again.
Hey, this is for Nick. During the 3 days you guys played here, TV commentators really hit on Indiana's defense and questioned it a lot. Where do you think it is? Where do you think it needs to get to?
Well, it definitely needs to improve, in all aspects, whether we're zone or man, non-ball defense, outside defense. It's a process, and we definitely have to get better at it.
One more question for the players. All right, we'll let the players get back to the locker room. Thank you, guys. Let's take questions for Coach now. Second row. Right side. Sir? Yep, right here.
Tom, can you talk a little bit about the free throw shooting? It really is, I think it's like 60-some% so far
Yeah,
this
it's
year.
not good. It's not good. You're exactly right.
What do you have to do to improve it, or?
Well, we just gotta make free throws. That'd be the most important thing, because I really wouldn't change a lot about the free throw shooters that are out there. So we just gotta make free throws. Thank you.
Jeff?
Hey, Tom, just to follow up on the question to Nick, the TV commentator really questioned the way IU played defense these 3 games. What did you see when you look at there? What did you see that you thought?
Well, you're way ahead of me on the TV commentators, because I actually been preparing for games, so I haven't seen or listened to any of the broadcasts, but I'll make sure that I do that. We have a lot of room for improvement defensively. There's no question about it. We're playing with 3 freshmen on the front line. All right, we don't have the front line that we were projected to have. We don't have the front line that we thought we were going to have. So we've got to get that down. They've got to deal with a lot of different the coverages that are there and all that type of stuff. And there's no question we can get better at every aspect of the game.
Left side, third row.
I guess just to forgive a blunt question, but are you worried about this team's confidence level after a week like this, or do you think with the experience level you have and what they've been through, particularly last year, you talked a lot about overcoming low expectations last year, that they have, I guess, the mental whatever they need to sort of get past a week like this?
Well, we're 6 games in. Okay, it's the end of November, and they've got a lot of improving to do, and I think the confidence will come from the improvement. So, in answer to your question, no, I'm not worried about that at all. But I mean, I think the bottom line is the level of improvement that everyone has to make. That's where your confidence comes from. All right, it's the bottom line. And Bill Parcells said confidence comes from demonstrated ability. Well, we've got some young guys that haven't had a chance to put those experiences together yet. Well, these 3 days certainly provide some of that. And we also have some players that have demonstrated ability. So the bottom line with any team at any point in the season, whether it's late in the year, whether it's the middle of the year, whether it's early in the year, no matter what sport it is what is their desire to improve. And it's so much more than what you just do as a program with your practices, with your preparations, with your film. There's got to be just a real mental desire that turns into a strength, that turns into a mental toughness level about how important it is to get better. This is a test. I mean, the 8 teams walking out of here, no matter what, in 3 days, are getting tested. All right, even if the champion tonight blows through it, whoever the champion is, they're still getting tested because you're playing 3 games in 3 days against very high level competition. So these are the type of things you learn from. They bank them, they put them together, and it all goes back to how much you want to continue to improve your individual aspects, take responsibility for what you have to get better at, and work that much more diligently to make your teammates better.
Right side, third row.
20 turnovers, Tom, 10 came right off the bat. Was there a common theme in what the players were doing to cause that?
Home runs, trying to make plays that weren't there. Yeah, I mean we knew we were going to deal with speed and pressure, and we weren't as. We just have to keep the game simple. The hardest thing for good players to learn, and when you play like this, you don't play like a good player. The hardest thing is to learn. You look really good when you keep it simple. All right, when you're not real good, or when you don't have a lot of talent, is when you really have to try to manufacture a lot of things sometimes that aren't there. And for us, we can't have it. Troy can't throw a no-look pass. I mean, he can't do that. That's not what we're doing. And I'm not just using Troy. I'm using Troy as an example, but we're making too many turnovers. We made too many mental mistakes, okay, that ended up looking physically wrong because of the way we passed the ball, because we weren't as aware as we needed to be. And their pressure sped us up some, but our lack of fundamental passing at times with stuff that just common sense things. I mean, the way we throw pocket passes, the way we look, the way we see, the way we're not trying to throw no looks and things like that. We just can't do that. So, and we've got to continue to get better there.
Left side, third row.
Tom, you mentioned keeping it simple. I mean, at some point, do you maybe slow it down a little bit just to maybe keep it from speeding up a little too fast? Is he maybe being a little too over aggressive?
I don't think it's that. You know, I'm gonna look at the film. I think about that, but I don't think it's that. I think it's when we're playing fast and that ball is moving, we're pretty good. I mean, look at Nick Zeisloft's numbers, right? I mean, when it's moving, when you're driving with your head down, okay, and you can't see the cutters or you can't see the open guy, no, that's not good. Those both happen out of speed. But some of our best offense is out of speed, right? But at the same time, we've got to continue to play through the post. And we've got not just, you know, one or two guys we can throw it into there that can get fouled and make plays. You know, the shooting was an aberration right now. It's got to get better. It's got to get better because we've got guys that are high-level career free throw shooters missing free throws during the game. You know, we're not even talking necessarily all the time about the end of the game type free throws. That we had a little bit the other day with that. But no, I don't think it's that. But we've got to get fouled. So, but I mean, getting fouled is running, getting fouled is offensive rebounding, getting fouled is driving through the paint. I'll tell you the numbers that are phenomenal are the numbers of what we do when we go through the paint or the post or when we don't turn the ball over. Now those numbers are great. So what do we got to do? We got to figure out a way to get to more of that and less turnovers and less not playing through the paint.
Jeff, and then we'll take the final question from the left side.
No, he has no question.
Okay, left side, third row, final question.
I haven't watched any TV, Jeff, so if you had a TV question, I'm sorry, I have no more. I have no, I'm way behind on my shows out here.
Okay.
I guess just sort of encapsulating all that we've talked about.
I don't know what that word means.
And just bringing it all together, is there, I guess, can you trace some of these issues, the turnovers, the free throw shooting, to more central source, or are they just separate problems that aren't really related to one another in your mind, and you just kind of got to deal with them piecemeal?
I think what we'll do is we'll put all the turnovers, we'll put everything after these 6 games now, all right, on film. So, and really get a feel for some trends, right? So your ball screen game, your post game, transition game, all the turnovers, you know, those type of things. I would say, again, like I said a little bit ago, all right, getting a team that's got some guys that can score and shoot, to understand, all right, that this, and some of you've seen this practice, so you know what I'm talking about here with the fundamental drills of driving the ball with your head up, changing direction, getting the ball out, making the quick pass, making an on-time, on-target pass. Now, we've had some accuracy issues that we've got to get better at, but making the game simple, you know, and continuing to break away from how I beat my man to how I get the help to respond to me so I can get it to my teammate. And that to me is there were times, even in this game, I can think of a couple of them where we made tremendous plays in the press offense and things like that because we stayed committed to the spacing, and that's what we've got to continue to get better at. So I'd much rather have a team that you want to slow. This goes back to Mike's question. I'd much rather have a team that you have to slow down some than one that you can't get to play at a high level of speed. And our turnovers, they're coming all over, right? I mean, they're coming all over. They're not just coming because, you know, we're playing fast. They're coming in the half court too. So we'll get better with it. We'll get better. I'll be anxious. I know everybody will be looking forward to the time here, and certainly we have Thanksgiving, but I'll be looking forward to our next practice.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thank you to everybody. Thank you for what you've done. This tournament's been awesome for me. It's my 4th trip here as a coach, and it just gets better and better. I mean, every part of it has just been absolutely first class from the time you leave, or from the time you arrive to everything you guys have done. Your atmosphere out there for the games, it's always phenomenal. It keeps getting better and better all the time. The atmosphere is unreal. I mean, I wish we could bottle it up. The atmosphere is tremendous.
Thanks for being here.
And we really appreciate being here. Indiana really appreciates being here. So thank you.
Happy to have you. Thank you.